Okay, so I'm still working on the second book in the middle grade series that I have been talking about for weeks. And I'm watching a TV show called Doomsday. And I'm trying to figure out ideas I can do for the second book and for the third book. So, like I said it last week or the week before, Trixie is at this training field between the all the realms and stuff, and it's just for like the guardians. And she's being placed into these situations, and she has to do it without fear. And I was watching Doomsday, the TV show or whatever, where people are actually filming like horrifying things. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I should watch this and maybe I can use some of this. So I did do like a sinkhole where the ground just collapses underneath you and you either fall into the ground or the house crumbles and there's like water underneath. So I've been watching that and I'm gonna get some ideas down because when Trixie goes to these locations, I don't want it to be easy for her. I do want it to be a little bit hard for her to go collect these items. So that's the idea.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Since I missed like 2 or 3 weeks of not filming, there were a lot of comments that I was doing. I missed like 3 weeks of filming, for real. I thought that I would go ahead and like tell you all these comments. I'm just gonna go through them real quick. So this was chapter 6. I think maybe I had already said this was on, yeah, never mind. Sorry, I already did that one. March 18th, yeah, March 18th. I think I did this one too. I feel bad that I haven't updated you guys for the weeks. I said in the last couple of videos that I wanted to take a break from filming in YouTube and just give myself time. So if I've already repeated these, I'm sorry, but I don't know what chapter this was, but this was on March 18th, 2021. So the comments that I had wrote down on this was fixated, satisfied that nothing was there, show more detail of cave, why is she checking the closet, don't add shelf, and then as if I said that like way too many times. I have a habit of repeating a word too many times, either in the same sentence, the same paragraph, or the same page. And then headlight, add moonlight. So there's a scene where she is in her room and she's looking in the closet, she's looking under the bed because when she first came to the house, she saw the curtain move in her room and she thinks it's like the boogeyman or something. And that night, one of the people in the group said, why don't you have the moonlight shine in instead of the flashlight? And I was like, okay. And then during the next hour, too many hour word. I kept saying hour, I guess, for too many times. So there's those. And then these are okay, this one, I had wrote these down. What's this one? So this was Thursday, April 8th. Maybe I didn't tell you guys these comments. Okay. Oh, I don't think I did. Oh yeah, this one I did not tell you. Because last week, I was too tired and I told myself, well, I'll just film this next morning. Well, didn't happen. So, add that Ben knocks Fan out of the window. He wakes Trixie up after she has the dream. Have the mouse eat the peanut butter and cheese. When she's in the attic, she discovers empty peanut butter jars on the floor. I kept saying Ben too many times. I said items in the closet, and someone said, what's in the closet besides just saying items? Is there the vacuum, the carpet cleaner, blankets? Batman's on the floor. Batman, hey. Hi. I'm trying really hard to not feed my cats at nighttime because Spook has been puking in the kitchen on the floor. And then, I don't know, rise, I guess. Someone said, you said clenched teeth, and I think I meant to say clenched teeth. Ben follows her into the bedroom. She heard, and then someone's like, I don't know if tippy toes would work. I remember when I was growing up out in the country, I wasn't really sure. I was just a small kid. And I remember I always used to get on my tippy toes. We always had these high cabinets in the kitchen, and I couldn't reach them. And my cousin Olivia would pull a chair up to the counter, and she would climb onto the counter and open the cabinets. I mean, we still have daycare kids that do that. There was a scene. Okay, I'm just gonna go through this, and I'll just explain the chapter to you. Felt hot, sweaty, heavy for coat. I don't know. That night, explain the night, describe the cowgirl, what is she wearing, build up on the hot scene. Okay, I will explain all of that because this probably is confusing you. Okay, so, what chapter is it? I don't even know what chapter it is. I don't know. Okay, so the last chapter that I read at the writers group was Trixie was in bed. Batman? What are you doing? Anyways, okay. So Trixie was in her room, and it was really, really hot in her room, and she did not know why. She has a vent in her room, but not an air conditioner, and she went out into the hall and got a fan and stuck it in her window. Her mom came into the room and said, "Why are you yelling? What's wrong?" And she's like, "Mom, it's hot in here." And she's like, "Well, the air is on downstairs, so I don't know why you're so hot." And so Trixie goes to bed, and she has a dream of a cowgirl and this little girl that she has no clue who it is. It's Crystal, one of the named characters. Crystal gives this cowgirl a gemstone. And Batman, stop. Sorry, Batman. Gives her. So then, after the dream, she wakes up to the sound of the fan falling out of the window. And Ben is chasing something through the room. So then they go out into the hall, and she discovers a door with a handle up in the ceiling, and it's actually to the attic. And it's actually the landlord had told Trixie's mom that it was locked and there was no key to it. Well, Trixie had no problem opening it. So her mom went up there. Well, actually, Trixie went up there first, and she saw like a big, huge mouse or rat move really quickly, and Trixie got scared, and she screamed and ran down the stairs. And then her mom came out and was like, "What's going on?" And her mom went up there, and she found empty peanut butter jars. And she's like, "Do you want to explain this?" And Trixie's like, "I hate peanut butter, you know that." And so they both look around at it. There's like all this old stuff up in that. And Trixie's like, "Well, what are we going to do with all this stuff?" And her mom's like, "Well, I guess I'll just have to call the landlord tomorrow and see what we're going to do with it." So that's basically where we are at. So I did so good. I am so glad I caught up with you guys. But now, here's Thursday for, I think, verse 21. Okay, this was probably a week ago, I'm guessing. This was chapter 9. This says, "I repeated too many words. Add more dialogue. Why is this conflict happening?" I think it's between Dryston and Shane. Remind reader of it. Have them yell at each other. Window, he, Shane. The wood and stone building, fabric shaped. Oh yeah, I remember this. Shane and Dryston are in this village, and they are fighting each other. And then fell backwards on his back, pressed back to the window. Interest doesn't make sense. Smile grimaced. A surprise from Shane. Explain the misty bird. What does Shane do when he sees dragon? It's, and then eagle, explain. And then he went to the village to find Crystal. So that was chapter 9. I promise after each meeting I will try to record, but it's not getting so late now, thank God. So that's it for the comments. I really don't know what chapter I'm on, but this was March 18th. Now we're on, today is April 12th. So I just really wanted to get that done. And then this Thursday, I will record again for you guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. So, since I was like 2 weeks from not filming, I do have 2 poem readings that I do during the prayer meetings at church. So I'll go ahead and put them here so you guys can see them. And I'm really sorry for the late upload. I promise I'll be more responsible, or whatever you call it. I don't know. But yeah, so here's the 2 videos, and I hope you enjoy them.
I grew up as a rich girl, never had all the finest things. No diamonds in my hair or hanging from my ear, at least not the most expensive items. Never stepped into a private jet to the next destination. Never stayed at the most high-end hotel in the big city. Never went on a cruise or a chopper ride. I wanted the finer things in life. Feeding cats and dogs at 5 a.m. was my alarm clock. Picking green beans and digging up potatoes in the garden to fill up the bottom kitchen shelves. We chose to survive that way. Pulling weeds and picking up twigs, cleaning out the chicken coop with Mom. Always felt bad for the chickens because it was so hot in there. Never loved a minute of it, but did it anyways. Daddy worked hard out in the fields, brought home deer meat for the winter. Mom sewed quilts and set up at the pumpkin patch. That's how we chose to survive. Went on a joy ride with Bear on Sunday afternoons in the red Jeep. Countryside is what I loved. Seeing all the trees and gravel roads filled my soul. Bear always stuck his head out to feel the woody breeze. Living out in the country made me the girl I am today. That's how I survived back in the day. Now these days I read the Word, watch my spending habits, not to eat out every week, trying real hard to stay off shopping online. This is how I survive these days.
I don't have a title for this yet. Okay. The past always seems to creep up on me, even when I'm not looking or having a good time under the sun. Then it hits me like a tidal wave, bringing me deeper into depression, drowning me into a dark sorrow that I just can't seem to rise from. That's all. It's really...
I also forgot to mention that I am releasing Guardian this summer, and I'm releasing, I think, 3 other things with it, but of course it'll be different. I'm going to be releasing 3 poetry books, which I'm really excited because I worked on them really hard, and I really hope you guys enjoy them. So I'm going to be releasing Teenager, which Teenager is about my teenage years in middle school and high school, and how I didn't fit in, and I was bullied, and I was different from the other kids. And then the other poetry book is called Love Myself. I know for a fact that all of us in the world, some of us have a hard time loving ourselves and accepting ourselves for who we are. And there's a reason why God made us the way we are. And I'm trying to learn to love myself, even though there's flaws about me that I don't love at all. But if I'm going to live with them for the rest of my life, then I have to learn how to accept them. Like my body, my acne, my skin, there's tons of them. And I'm trying really, really hard to accept them and try to love them in a healthy way. So that's what Love Myself is about. And I know for a fact that anybody, a man, can relate with all of those. And then my other one that I'm really excited about, it's actually my very first poem book that's only about Christians living as warriors on this earth. We fight battles every day. I hear people say, "Oh, she's a warrior." So this is basically about living your life on a planet that is just full of hate, evil, murderers, rapists, hate, jealousy, just all of that. And it's really sad that we live in that. And I really wanted to write about that. So I did name the poetry book Warriors. So I have Guardian, which is book 1 in the Sword of Realm series for middle graders. And then I have Teenager, Love Myself, and Warriors. So I actually have 4 books coming out. And I'm really, really excited. I didn't do any book cover reveals for any of those, which I think I actually might on April 22nd when I do a live reading of Guardian. I just don't know how I'm going to do it because it's going to be live and I don't know how I'll be able to like show a picture like here, or I've seen people do live videos and they're showing like clips and pictures and stuff and I'm like, how do they do that? Yeah, I don't know. So after becoming a Christian woman, I have 2 more poetry books that I want to release, and I can release them anytime, which I don't know if it's possible. I really would love to release them this summer, but I don't know because I have other projects going on. And so I already actually did the book cover reveals, so I can actually show them like right here. So this one here is Brand New Woman, and then this one is Daisies and New Beginnings. Okay, so there are stories behind these 2. So Brand New Woman is about me leaving the old me behind and being a brand new woman in my faith and Christianity and putting God first and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm just really, really thankful for. Daisies and New Beginnings, that will come after Brand New Woman, because Brand New Woman is like what my life was like before I met Jesus, and then how I met him, and then what my life is like now. And those were actually the 3 questions that were asked when I did my baptism. I put those 3 questions in there, and I wrote a whole bunch of poems to each question, which I thought, oh, that would be cool to do, because I've never done that before. I'm really excited about Brand New Woman. And then Daisies and New Beginnings actually is kind of sad, but interesting. Daisies and New Beginnings actually was inspired by Daisy, an idea that came to me, I think like a month ago after I found out what had happened to her. I'm not really sure, but I was like, oh, I can use Daisies and then I can do and New Beginnings, because after Brand New Woman, it's like I'm excited for these new beginnings in my life, becoming a Christian woman and putting God first, reading the Bible, and all this good stuff. Those are another 2 poetry books that I'm working on right now. So actually, Teenager, Love Myself, and Warriors, those 3 are actually done. They're actually in the hands of my editor, including Guardian. I'm hoping that I can get Brand New Woman and Daisies and New Beginnings out. Probably the end of this summer, I'm not really sure. I'm still working on book 2 in the Sword of Realm series. I just have a lot of creativity going. Hello, everybody. Hi. So, I just finished with my writers group, and I did write some comments down, and it has been like a really busy week up at the flower shop, so my back is like hurting, but so the comments that I read chapter 19 tonight,
and these are the comments that I wrote down. How can Ben get up there? So, Trixie was in her room, drawing in her sketchbook, and she heard a noise out in the hallway. So, she let Ben out in the hallway, and she was hearing these noises, and she looked up, and there was like a handle, and she pulled it down. Like, there was like a handle in the ceiling, and it looked like a secret room, and she pulled a bench over, and she pulled on the handle, and this thing of stairs came down. And I've seen those in movies before, but I never seen one in real person. So how did Ben get up there? And then with the few seconds she had, that I guess that didn't make sense to them. And then I said lights too many times, flashlights. And then I said looked and saw, took a look. One of the members said maybe you can say she peeked, she glanced. And then I said table and desk and dust too many times. Did she get hurt when she fell? So she was up in the attic and she saw like a mouse or a rat hurry across the top of a couple boxes, and it scared her. And she ran across the attic, and she was trying to hurry down the stairs because it scared her. And she slipped on the last step, and she fell and landed on her knees and her palms really hard. And I forgot to add the pain. So when she got hurt, when she fell, did she have pain? And then when she saw the rat, someone said, he seemed big enough to be a rat to me. And then someone else said, sound of something. I need to explain that. Countless clocks. Someone's like, instead of saying countless, say like a dozen of clocks. Is there pocket watches? And then, as did Ben. And then someone said that I needed to shorten the argument between Mom and Trixie because the argument is too long and it takes away from the scene in the chapter. So those are all the comments that I have. And I was also going to tell you guys I've been working on Metamorphoses, and I don't know why this second book is just taking me so long, but I'm starting to get ideas for the other characters' point of views, because it's not going to be like from just Trixie's point of view. I'm also going to have Stormy, Ruby, and somebody else, but I can't remember. There's like, including Trixie, there's 4 other point of views that I really want to do. I'm still working on Trixie's story. I've been writing on my phone, like, just little scene ideas, to get their stories moving along. I was thinking of ideas for the 3rd and the 4th book. So, the story behind the characters and the setting is developing really well, because now I'm starting to, like, add in personalities to these other characters. For instance, there is, Cub. He's part lion and part human, and he's a very curious cub. I watch documentaries all the time about, lions and tigers and bears and just all types of animals. And Ruby is actually half human and half robot, and her personality is like fun to write, and I'm having a lot of fun with her. And Stormy, I'm having a lot of fun with her story. I kind of have an idea of what I want her backstory to be. There's a scene in my phone that I was writing. Trixie and another magic owner were walking down the hallway, and Stormy just came out of her room like really upset. Well, what had happened was there were these 2 little devilish people that somehow got to the Between the Realms, the training realm, and they got into her room and they attacked her. And so her character is that Stormy wants to be the next Sky Warrior. she wants to be a guardian, and she doesn't want to let her family down. And there's an evil god that wants to claim the heavens and hell, and he can't do that when there is a young girl that wants to be the next Sky Warrior. And I'm having a lot of fun with her story. And yeah, so anyways, I will definitely let you guys know more about these characters. Be really tired. So anyways, I'm going to get my pajamas on and I'm going to go to bed. So I hope you guys have a good night. So God bless. So today I actually did a lot of really good writing sessions today. Yesterday and I think the day before that, I just started today, maybe, yeah. Today I just started writing Stormy's point of view. She is one of the main characters in the Sword of Realm series, and I am having a lot of fun with her backstory. So she is actually the daughter of the gods. His name is Thunder, and he controls like the thunder and the lightning and law and order. And his brother, I think how you say it is Zuko, Zuko. He's the younger brother of Thunder, and Zuko wanted to be better and greater than Thunder, so Thunder cast him out of the sky and sent him to the underworld. The god of Thunder has sent many of his children out to fight Zuko. Zuko will not stand down. And finally, the ancient gods, before all these gods' times, created a child, and her name is Stormy. And she gets sent down to Thunder, and he has to train her to be a Sky Warrior. So he finds out that Zuko is coming back to fight another Sky Warrior, and she gets her dad Thunder sends her to the training realm where Trixie is. And while she's there, she's learning how to train, how to be a Sky Warrior, something that she's always dreamt of being. And the scene that I just got done writing, she's laying in bed, and she has a best friend named Iris, and she's the god of rainbows, and she is actually the god's messenger. And Stormy and Iris grew up together, and Iris sends Stormy a message. Stormy just found out the truth that Thunder isn't really her dad, and the gods created Stormy to try to fight Zuko. And yeah, she just found out, and she was like, oh my god, Thunder's not really my dad. And through times, the ancient gods have been sending kids down. So I'm pausing because I'm still trying to figure out the story of Stormy. So all the children, the Sky Warriors, are actually blood related to Thunder, except Stormy. The ancient gods thought, okay, what if we create a mortal human and send her down to Thunder to see if a mortal can get rid of Zuko, because these other ones aren't mortals, they're immortals. And so all these other Sky Warriors have failed, and they had died, and Zuko has won all of them. So Zuko came back to the skies, to the Greek skies, and he wants to know where Stormy is. And, her dad, Thunder, won't tell. And he's like, oh, well, where'd you send her? To the training realm? And so that's actually where I'm at. So I did write the scene. So
Zuko has these two little devilish looking creatures. One is called Flame and the other is called Envy. And I was going to name one of them Red, Redd, but then I didn't because I already have two other characters named Raven and Ruby. And then there was like two other names that started with an A, but then I was like, no, I already have Abby. So she gets into this fight with Envy and Flame, and they are kind of hilarious. One of them is very serious and stern, and the other one is like funny. So there was like a scene when they first come into the room, they're like a flame, a little tiny flame that pops up under the door, and Stormy is standing there, and Flame says, "It's too cool in here. It's too nice. I'm gonna lose my spark." And Envy's like, "Oh, shut up." And they're so funny. They remind me of Keegan and Terrence from the Awakened Evil series. And I'm like, I gotta have. These two characters were created from Keegan and Terrence in Awakened Evil. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. They're going to be so much fun. Sitting here right now talking about it, I'm already getting scene ideas. So, and I wanted to tell you guys that I am doing a coffee chat, a live coffee chat. So basically it's called But First Coffee with Ashley, live chat. And I did one on Tuesday. I'm using this new program called Streamlabs, and it recorded me for like 6 minutes straight, and then it cut me off, and I didn't even know. So basically, I'm sitting there just talking away to myself, and of course, I guess Batman was over there in his bed, and he was looking at me and listening. So I guess I was talking to just my cat, because I didn't realize it cut me off, because when I uploaded it, it uploaded itself to my Facebook, and it only did like 6 minutes, and I was just like, oh my gosh. But it's okay, you learn. You make mistakes and you learn. That's just the way it goes. So anyways, I'm having a lot of fun with Stormy's character, and I'm seriously probably for real going to do her own book series, because for some reason every time I create new characters and give them a backstory, it starts like this, and then it starts like this, and then it expands. And then I start to bring characters in from their past or from their story into the current story. And then there's a lot going on with them. So I'm just like really having fun with her story. And then I'm probably going to start working on so Raven is another point of view, and then another point of view is Ruby. So I have ideas already for Raven. Her story, I do have it wrote down. And then Ruby's, I have hers wrote down. I am going to have Envy and Flame play a role in this story. I'm going to have them like appear. Like there's a scene that I already was thinking of, like all of them are sitting in the lunchroom and they're eating, and Trixie notices that Stormy is looking behind her. And actually behind her is Envy and Flame, which they're really small, like in person. Or like when they're around other people, they're just like little flames. And anyways, those are just like ideas that I was thinking of. So I'm also excited so since I'm doing the coffee chat, I'm also going to be doing a live reading of The Wish. I'm very excited about. And I've already did a calendar on Canvas. And I had a really, really good writing day. And I've been working on a whole bunch of poetry. I wrote some new poems. I've been staying up really late at night. I don't really feel tired. But anyways, I wrote a poem called Holy People, Prayers to Myself, You Need to Pray, just emotions that I'm going through. And I was just writing them out. And I'm still waiting on my editor to send me back Guardian and my three poetry books that I had sent her, which is called Teenager, Love Myself, and Warriors. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to get them here. I mean, to of course look through the editor's edits and order a proof copy and have it in my hand. And when I get these books in the mail, I probably will do like a live unboxing. I never cry on camera. I always after, because like I just look so weird when I cry. But anyways, I guess that's it for today. I have church tonight, so I will record that because I read a poem every Wednesday night. And I will get back to you guys. So I'll see you tomorrow.
We're ready.
Okay, this poem is called Sail. The waves are high and strong out here in this life. I try so hard to keep my head above my troubles. The stress of waves crashing down on me, I sink deeper and faster into my anxiety. Looking up past the blue, desperately searching for his hand to pull me free from this current. I can't let this tide drift me away into a past I don't want to encounter. This just might be temporary or even overbearing. I need to pray for a sail out of this storm. I'm going to keep my faith strong and navigate toward your glory. Can't let this storm take me away from my freedom and leave me stranded. My sail will take me into the light of the Lord. That's it.